What up, Cowboys Nation and YouTubers? Is that VA Dallas Cowboy fan coming back at you? Got a cool new shirt that I'm rocking now. If you didn't know, now you know. Coming back at you with some roster news. You've probably heard the roster cut downs and everything that's been going on. I just thought I'd get on here, see what, shocked me a little bit or, was a little questionable to me. Some surprises, some not. And do a little house cleaning in the world of the Cowboys Nation. First off, I'd like to talk about Colin Cowherds and Mike Greenbergs and all these stations out here basically spent the whole summer trying to throw Dak under the bus, saying he's on the hot seat, right? That's what their thing was all summer long. Now, we traded for Trey Lance. And I said that's going to open up us to a lot more criticism just because of the move. It was a logical move. And if Will Greer was still on the team, nobody would be saying anything. But because we made the trade, now everybody's running with it. Dak's going to lose his job. He won't be here in 1 to 3 years. Oh, Trey's going to take his job eventually. That's what we're looking at. Like, stop. They've gone so far as to say that the Cowboys should trade for freaking Matt Stafford to come in and train Trey Lance. So you giving up a guy who's done nothing his whole career until he got traded to a team with weapons, like I'll say Dak needs, won a Super Bowl. Now, because of that one Super Bowl, he's the greatest of all time, and we need him on our team to train somebody else. An older option who did nothing his whole career, but 1 year made a Super Bowl and has done nothing since but get hurt and play badly. So, I don't want to hear that bull. I don't know why they keep trying to suggest getting rid of Dak, because it's stupid. Their whole idea for this stuff is stupid. They've been doing that. And what's bad is that they've been trying to hate the Cowboys like this all the time. Romo was there. They always talk crap about Romo never winning it. But when we had bad quarterbacks, y'all couldn't suggest any better options, could you? Y'all were never there to say somebody was better than the guy we had. No. Those guys were so bad, they left the quarterback situation alone. But now that we got people that are actually successful enough that could possibly take you somewhere, get rid of them. Put somebody else in. It's just mind-boggling. But anyway, I digress. Moving on to better notes. Today, Trey Lance got his number 15. Obviously, Will Greer is no longer on the team, so he'll be sporting the 15. And my roster cut downs. It looks like Malik Davis, who I was rooting for, got cut, but they're going to try to bring him back to the practice squad, which is fine. That's great. I'd love to have him as an option. Hunter Lipke gets to make it on the roster as a fullback, but we know he can play multiple positions, so that helps. He can play running back, fullback, tight end if need be. So that's an option. Sean McKeon, he got cut, but they'll probably bring him back because he's been on the team, I think, longer than Ferguson and Hendershot at this point, who both made the team and Schoolmaker. Jalen Brooks, he made the team. Some people were like Houston, Drummond were better players in the preseason, but I saw Jalen Brooks. He looked pretty good. I'd have taken him and kept him on the squad as well. As far as offensive linemen, Waletzko and Ball, I think they had to keep him because there was no other option. TJ Bass, I just heard in the last week, was making a name for himself, so they obviously kept him on as a swing and backup. Chuma Edoga, he got cut, and because he was injured, basically, because he was going to be our swing tackle, and Waletzko might have been out. But they're hoping he can clear waivers and return. Quentin Bohanna, numbers game. He wasn't living up to his potential, and there were better options getting drafted around him, so they just cut him, and they're going to try and stash him back on the practice squad. And it also helps that they are using, like, Micah Parsons. They're counting him as a linebacker now. I mean, edge rusher instead of linebacker, so they can manipulate the numbers a little bit, you know. Speaking of linebackers, Jabril Cox got cut. They'll try to bring him back. I'm not sure if that'll be worth it. He didn't look the same as before his injury, so it might be an option if he clears waivers. And Marquise Bell is now lined up as a linebacker instead of safety. Let's see, who else is going up? Jordan Lewis came off the pup, so he won't have to start or miss the first 4 weeks of the season. That added to the corner numbers. Kelvin Joseph, he was traded to Miami, a second-round pick for a former first-round pick in Igbinohi. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that, but a change of scenery for both of those guys should do wonders. And now we got somebody to look at on the outside instead of inside, playing corner, and a Dan Quinn scheme. So we'll see how that plays out. Who else made the safeties? Izzy Mukwamu, he made the team, and so did Wanye Thomas, which I was shocked, but hey, I'll take it. He was a surprise hit. Long snapper Trent Sieg and special teams ace CJ Goodwin were cut, but they'll manipulate the numbers to bring those two back as soon as they can. But those are my picks for kind of shocking, not so shocking, you know. Some of those were kind of obvious, some were not. Hopefully the initial depth chart we have right now isn't going to be changed too much by the time game time comes, but we'll see. I like the depth that we have. I wish we had a little more as far as offensive linemen go, but we're going to run with it. Hopefully all these guys stay healthy, and we'll be good to go and run this division for a long time to come. So that's the news I got for you right now. Share me your thoughts down below in the comment section, and we'll see what we're going to come up with in the next week and a half until game time. Until then, this is VA Dallas Cowboy fan, out.